Where last we left our vampires, they were 3 weeks into their journey across the Atlantic. At this point, they'd seen the shores of England fade into the distance. They'd gone around the northern part of Africa, and they were about to truly begin the crossing across the Atlantic. Not but blank open seas for miles and miles and miles before they hit the Caribbean are ahead of them. As they enter into the blackest ocean, they began to feel the weight of the crossing. Their first week on the sea, their first set of feedings, 3 people got sick. 3 of their pigs also died and had to be slaughtered. Pressures from all around began mounting as a quick vigil was held for the inopportunely sick individuals. Individuals began to show themselves and prove themselves to be personalities, points of interest on the journey across the sea. One Father Murdoch, a priest who held a midnight mass in the cargo hold of the ship, as well as Lila Gibbs, a self-professed herbalist whose mother was a midwife. There was also Dr. Marymont, the ship's doctor, and Cook Benoit, the ship's cook. All of these individuals made their presence known, and later on, Kemrutai, through her second sight, realized that our good herbalist and doctor were both mages, humans possessed of magical ability. Evelyn learned that firsthand later that week when attending a midnight mass and drinking of a strangely refilled supply of wine of Father Murdoch's, which burned like fire as it poured down her throat. Evelyn, being a woman of the cloth herself, deducing that it was holy water, or holy wine at the very least. Additionally, small schisms and breaks seem to be appearing in the group themselves, as mounting suspicions of Kristoff and the ghost that follows him came to a head, and a confrontation between Evelyn and Kemrutai. We return now to the ship once more, to our vampires, as time continues to tick away. It is the 3rd week on the ship. No one is sick. No one is dead. For now. Although Mr. Benoit has suggested keeping a close eye on the pig supply, as they may need to get culled. Hunger seems to be managing, as our vampires find alternate food sources in the ocean itself. But only time will tell if the health of their passengers will hold up under the required predation of all our other passengers. With that, as the night falls, I was going to say rise, as the night falls once more, Kemrutai, and the vampire who wakes the quickest, you hear a rapping of knuckles on your door.
Who is that?
It's Mr. Biggs. I'm one of the Marines. The captain would like to speak to you all. There's been a problem.
Huh? Okay, I am coming.
We tried getting you in the morning, but your page there, what was his name? Francois said that you're all heavy sleepers.
Oh yes, we are. She opens the door and yeah, okay, I will go speak to the captain now.
Could you get your friends, perhaps? He
yes.
says, right then, good afternoon, good evening. He gives you a polite nod, a little salute, and then goes about his business. He knocks on everyone else's door, but at this point, most of you are too deep into your deathly sleep that it's simple rapping on your door is probably not going to get you up.
She would notice
Unless
that
you
too,
try
right?
to. Actually, wait, no. That's not fair. If you would like to try to wake when you hear a knocking on your door, please roll me your humanity.
Sure thing.
Kristoff, when the sailor knocks on your door, you manage to rouse yourself. Remember, rousing yourself also takes a point of blood.
Oh, I'm going. Just 1 second.
Eventually you answer the door. You do feel groggy in the extreme. And when you open it, there is a sailor there, as well as Kemutai. Oh, apologies, sir. We all know how much you like staying up fishing. The captain would like to speak to you. There's been an incident. He'd like to speak to every one of the financiers, actually. I was just about to go and knock on, Mr. Benedict and, the sister's door.
It's okay. We can wake them to their quarters, I imagine, right?
Yep.
Okay, I will go get sister.
Would
She
that
walks.
skill apply? That
Your condition doesn't
Merit?
apply. You gotta roll that, yeah.
okay? I'll roll it. Doesn't is there a roll for it?
I believe it's your willpower? I can double check. It is... There we go. It's a willpower roll.
Okay.
You succeed, you are fine.
Okay. I also have to do another willpower roll, I think. Something else?
I believe it is
I do.
humanity for waking up early.
I mean, the waking up early was the skill I sent you, the merit.
That's what the willpower roll was. Yeah.
Right. And then I also have a willpower roll for a floor.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, that merit you just sent me. No, you just immediately wake up. Yeah. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that can be the other roll then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That roll you just
Evelyn
made
will-
was for the flaw. That merit just means you wake up.
Okay. Yep, and Evelyn is up.
Again, you feel
I'm
groggy.
guessing before anyone knocks
you
on a
hadn't
door.
fully finished your rest. But, I mean, you're woken up by Kemurtai's knocking.
Oh, okay. It
Evelyn.
does say without hesitation, so.
Mhm.
Or sleepiness.
Oh,
The,
nice.
Yes?
the
Something the matter?
captain want to speak to us. There is some sort of accident. I mean, what's it again? She looked back into the to the others on the hallway.
The sailor is, about to go up the stairs. Accident would be, yeah. Yes. He should really tell you the details.
Fine. Evelyn looks around. Well, let's get Benedict up.
Benedict, as there is a knocking on your door, please roll me a... what was that again? Let me double check. A humanity roll to see how well good you are at waking up.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you wake up. You wake up no problem. I mean, not no problem. You feel groggy, and you know that exact kind of stiffness and annoyance when you get woken up after like only half the amount of sleep you normally need.
Oh man, that's just today. Who's there?
It's us. Captain want a meeting.
Meeting. Okay. Let's get to it. Benedict gets up and slouches over towards them.
So you all make your way towards the captain's quarters?
Yes.
Yes.
I will switch backgrounds real fast. I was going to do something real fast, so let me just do that. I forgot about the doodling you did.
Oh.
This is... You're no longer vomiting, so...
Yet.
Emergency snacks.
Gross. So you knock on the captain's door. He invites you all in. Well, I wish I could be talking to you under better circumstances, but it is what it is. Are any of you... She looks over pointedly at Kemrutai. Weak of the stomach?
Hmm?
Do you find yourself getting sick or queasy easily?
Ah, yes.
You might want to wait outside of the room while I describe this then.
Oh, then it's okay. It's okay. I'm fine with that. It's just the food, my weak digestion. I think, yeah, but I can hear this is fine.
Alright, well, he looks around the room. Steps outside for a second, comes back in and hands you a bucket. Just in case, because this is a sight bit gruesome news. Unfortunately.
What it did.
Evelyn will cross herself.
He takes a deep breath and looks out the window. There was a dead body found this morning.
Huh?
A man's throat was torn out.
Huh.
One of our Marines. His rifle was not shot, though his sword was drawn, found nearby him. And well, it looks like something had ripped out his throat. Clean chunk bitten through. There wasn't a lot of blood left in him, from what the doctor said.
Huh.
Damn,
would such a thing
there was
even be
barely any
possible?
blood on the deck. Like something licked it clean, even.
Huh.
Oh dear.
No one saw anything.
Well, it was the wee hours of the morning. One of our men heard a shout. By the time he got to the poop deck, well, Jeremy was very much already dead. Looked stone cold when he checked him too. But he had only heard the shout only 2 minutes earlier. Now, I'm having the doctor look over the wound, but either some sort of boogin got on board or some sort of psychopath decided to rip out a man's throat.
If it is as you describe, that could be no work of a man.
No, it's almost as if a wolf got on board. Or a badger. Or something. It's more
Those
of
are
a
not normally
superstition than I'd
known
say.
for being...
So good.
Those animals are not known for being comfortable with so many humans around.
No, usually our stowaways are merely rodents. Pains me to admit, we do have a bit of a rat problem, but every ship on the ocean has a bit of a rat problem. We tend to keep it down, and we have a couple of cats on board for the issue. But, a cat's not going to do that to a man's throat either. We haven't told the general public yet. Don't want to panic going around, but as this is your ship, I felt it prudent to tell you.
Would this not be the work of some type of weapon?
None that I'm familiar with. No. The surgeon's room is not far from here. Would you like to see the body?
Yes.
It's...
I think that may be
It's-
necessary.
Yes, it might be necessary. Definitely necessary at this point.
Hold on to the bucket well, Nass. This is not a pretty sight. He says, gesturing to Cam.
That
He handed you a
bucket.
bucket in case you vomited.
Oh. Thank you.
I'm gonna keep the scene on this one because I don't have a surgeon's room prepared in terms of backdrops.
Okay. She's gonna activate her aspect though. See if there are any other ghosts, any new ghosts in the surgeon room.
Well, let me roll a D100, see if this man had unfinished business. Because he had a traumatic enough death.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, let me just throw the surgeon's portrait in here. Dr. Marymount. Uh-huh. So you head not too far down to the ship. It's only a couple of doors down. Same deck. And you enter Dr. Marymount's room. It is a relatively clean, relatively open... not open, but, the space consists of a chair, a desk built into the cabin wall, and a series of shelves, and a big, sturdy oak table with leather straps on it. And strapped down to the top of the table is one of the sailors, their skin having gone from a sort of olive tan to this ashen white, their cheeks sunken, their eyes mercifully closed, and their neck... Well, when the captain said something bit out their throat, it wasn't an exaggeration. If the man had an Adam's apple, it's no longer there.
Oh.
A good, almost half of your fist-size amount of flesh is missing from the front of this man's neck. The arteries, the larynx, the throat, all visible. As well as several tendons, where the skin has broken and flesh and muscle have been torn away.
Would I
This-
know? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Would I know if a blood frenzy vampire could possibly do something like this?
Go ahead and roll me intelligence plus medicine.
Okay.
As you sort of like get in a little closer and see the injury. Under the force of a frenzy, with the supernatural strength afforded to a vampire, absolutely. Absolutely. This sort of injury could have very well been inflicted by a vampire who has any sort of strength abilities, or one who has succumbed to the beast temporarily or permanently. It has that sort of brutal, savage appearance to it, and frankly, you figure that only a creature with the right amount of supernatural strength could have pulled this off.
And the ghost, do I see it?
Do you activate your aspects?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me, level 2 aspects is perception plus empathy. That is 1 success. So you do see an aura in the room that's... Well, let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 6 people in the room, and you do see a 7th aura.
Huh.
That had... where there's no body, so... stands to reason there's a ghost there.
I'll look right directly at that aura. And I'll say, stay, I'll come talk to you.
Dr. Marymont and the captain both look at each other. Would you like to talk to us afterwards about this, Miss Kimberly?
Oh, no, nothing. I would like to, go back to my room if that's okay. I feel a little sick.
Right, of course. Keep the bucket.
Thank you. She'll look at the other,
It's
nods,
technically your
and
bucket
leave.
anyway.
Was
You
this
were-
man known to have any conflict with any of the other crew members, or...
Nothing more serious
Passengers?
than a loss at a game of dice or cards.
This is truly disturbing.
It's truly is. You were certainly not kidding with how gruesome it was.
Dr. Marymont chimes in. The strangest thing, in my opinion, is that he's dry. Not
There was no...
an ounce of humor in him. Every drop
No.
of his blood has been sucked out. It's like he's ready to be embalmed.
And there was no blood where he was found.
A few splatters of it. But a throat wound like that, whole deck should have been soaked through to the rafters in it. The human body has a surprising amount of red in it, and when you cut the neck or in the inner thigh, it comes rushing out like a fountain. He grabs a tool, lifting a bit of the torn flesh. See here?
Was...
Here. Those are his arteries. That carries the blood to the head. Torn clean open.
Was he found near the side of the ship? Could the blood have gone over?
It would have to have been a very well aimed spray.
None of this makes any sense.
Certainly. By any chance, well, see the. Can we visit the spot where? Or can I visit the spot where they were found? Maybe they're.
Absolutely.
There's.
The captain chimes in. If you'll follow me, I'll take you to the location.
Thank you, Captain.
He takes you outside and leads you up to the back of the ship, just before the very last, like, raised, stepped-up bit of boat. He gestures to the spot. There is a small, like you spilled a cup of tea, sized sort of splat of darkened wood that he just sort of gestures at. And there we are. Doctor says, in my experience, a man's got at least 10 times that much in him.
Battlefield experience tell me you're definitely right on that. This is way too off. Way too off.
In particular, there's about a 6-foot space between the wall and the railing here, where the man fell, and the splat is. And the body would have had to have fallen right up against the wall. There was nowhere for the blood to go.
There are no sailors' tales about such injuries, certainly.
Well, there's tales of harpies, but we're a sight-long's way away from Greece. Some legends of mermaids say that they eat men's flesh. He sort of shrugs. Krakens? I'm not a man of such superstitions himself. Otherwise, I would not have signed up for a ghost ship.
Certainly, yes. Trying to make sense of it anyway.
Orcs don't bite out people's necks.
I'll try to. Can I try to, like, look for. Not for blood, because of course, but any sort of other clues around?
Roll me a perception plus investigation. Christoph. Looking around the area, you do find a spot of uneven flooring in the deck of the ship. And you do find a tuft of fur. Short, scraggly, black fur.
What phase of the moon is it?
It is a waning gibbous moon. So, not full. And it's shrinking. We're past the full moon.
Okay.
After noticing that, Christoph would just try to just pick it up without no one seeing.
Dex plus there's no sleight of hand. No, Dex plus subterfuge. Oh no, larceny. Dex plus larceny. Yep. The captain is too busy explaining to Benedict and Evelyn about the circumstances in which the body was found, how the man who found the body was a deck lower and had just extinguished his lantern as the sun was just about to come up. Exactly what the man reported. And as you tuck the bit of fur away into a pocket or a sleeve or wherever you hide it, he says, I've already assigned double patrols, opened up the powder room, made sure everyone has at least a pistol. I'm thinking of implementing a curfew as well. Making sure everyone goes out in doubles and pairs. It would mean a stop to your station.
The gentleman passenger who reported the body, who is he?
Another one of our Marines, Mr. Dover.
Ah.
I can grab him if you like.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to speak with him if he's available.
He nods and shouts some orders. If you wait here, he can be brought up to you, or you can go down to the crew's cabin.
Yeah, I'll just wait here.
Well,
it's
he's
about 5. That's a good idea.
well. The captain's shouting for the other person. Christopher would just approach Evelyn and just whisper, It's really likely to be a werewolf. I just found fur on the ground.
God. Keep an eye out for red-headed Irishmen then.
About 5-10 minutes later, a very tired, haggard-looking crewman comes up. Ironically, short-cut orange hair, pale and freckled. Sort of looks up sheepishly at the lot of you. Sirs and ma'am. Captain says he want me to tell you what I saw.
Yes, if you would be so kind.
Well, ship was about to end. I was about to go and get Dave. He's front of deck and see if we get some early morning grub from the cook. And then I heard a shout. Horrible, blood-curdling shout. Squeal and a screech as well. I just turned my torch off. Scared the piss out of me, pardon the French. And I ran up the stairs and... when I mounted to the top, I saw a shadow. It's like a man hunched over a man. And I fired my gun in the air. Clipped the handrail over there. Sorry, you're on the ship, so it's me. I'm sorry. And... well, there he was. Right there. Christ alive, I'd never seen something like it. It's like black fucking shook.
Did you?
I've gotten hold of him.
Can I gauge if he's being honest?
Roll me wits plus empathy.
Okay.
The man seems genuinely disturbed. There's a bit of like barely contained panic, as well as like a sadness about him. He's just choking back tears.
I'm so sorry that you were witness to that.
I just wonder if I was a little bit faster, maybe I could have saved him. Whatever that thing was. I'm thinking maybe it was a good thing I wasn't so fast, otherwise I might be dead too.
Perhaps so. Well, at least now there are precautions being made. So hopefully if it does show itself, whatever it is, no one shall face it alone. But I have not the faintest clue of what it could be. The captain suggested the wound looks like that of a wolf, but how could there be a wolf aboard? Or other wild animal?
The captain speaks up. Well, you'd be surprised what sort of stuff could, snuck aboard a ship. The real question is how we wouldn't have seen it so far. Perhaps it's found some obscure corner or set of boxes to hide behind. But
You think someone purposely smuggled a wild animal aboard?
maybe someone snuck aboard a big mangy dog and forgot to tell anyone about it. Or a badger for some reason. Never underestimate a badger. That or, I don't know, some bedeviled psychopath decided that the man's Adam's apple was an actual apple. Though Dover here says whatever
God protect
killed him
us.
scurried away on 4 legs.
Whatever might have been the case, definitely better that we get to the bottom of this as soon as possible, because, well, can't have this sort of gruesome, don't even know if to call it an accident, but this kid just can't repeat itself.
Alright. As I said, I'm going to be issuing a curfew. And doubling our patrol so no man's alone. It's your ship, though, and ultimately, so if you were to object to the decision, let me know.
These all sound like prudent precautions.
He nods. As you are the owners of the vessel, I'd be utterly remiss if you were to perish on this voyage, so I'm going to extend that to yourselves, unless you're under escort of one of our guards.
Well,
Perhaps
Christoph
an exception
and-
can be made for... Sorry, go ahead.
Christoph and Mr. Flores are capable. Perhaps if we need to take some air of the night, then they may accompany myself and Kimbertai.
I was thinking of extending that courtesy to these 2 gentlemen, and that boy Francois said he was, militarily experienced, yes?
Yes, true.
Certainly.
If you had one of them with you, or preferably both, I'd permit scurrying about, but I mean, it's your ship. I can't put the foot down about the night fishing, but someone got their throat turned out by the deck of the ship. I'd rather you not die night fishing.
Yes, we'll take prudent precaution, of course. Thank you for your concern. Well, if there's nothing more to be said, then I shall go check on Kimbertai, ensure that she is well.
He nods. So, speaking of Kimbertai, we're going to cut away down below the deck into the private quarters. Where Kimbertai, I believe you're going to attempt to speak with the dead.
Yes, I'm gonna
As
go
is
talk to the
appropriate.
ghost.
I'll bring us back to the general map. So, you wish to astral project, yes?
Yes.
That's not particularly hard for you.
Weird.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 successes, because that one. So yeah, you detach your spirit from your physical form and enter the astral space. The ship within ship, if you would, as you pass into, well, the ghost part of the ghost ship. You navigate your way back to the workshops where Dr. Marymont has the dead body sat up on a slab. And there you see the spirit that belongs to it, looking bewildered at his own corpse.
Oh, it is really you. Hello, she waved.
He looks up, and where his chin was blocking the wound, you now see the enormous wound. And he speaks, and this rasping voice comes from the gap in his throat rather than from the movement of his mouth, and it's uncanny and strange, because the movement of his mouth does not fully match the sounds coming from his throat. What the fucking hell? Have I sinned too much? Have I forgotten and forsaken my God?
Nah, my condolence that this happened to you. Well, rest assured, we're going to find out who did this to you.
I bloody fucking hope so.
So, what do you remember? Do you see the culprit?
How are you talking to me? Are you a witch?
Yes! No, I'm not a witch, but I can speak to spirit now. And I'm trying to help you.
Roll me charisma plus... You're telling the truth, right?
Yes.
Your choice of expression.
Expression.
Me. I'm also going to turn back into a tiefling. I suppose talking to a woman as a ghost is the third least bedeviled thing happened to me today.
Why? What are the other two?
I got my throat ripped out, and I'm a ghost!
Yes. When you die, you become a ghost. This is really normal.
It's
It's fine.
I thought you went to heaven or hell! Or maybe
Well,
just stuck to St. Peter for a while! Not a fucking this!
Yes, the only reason you are a ghost because there's something that is still holding you back. We can try to fix that after this. Okay, but first we have to find who did this to you, and after then we can talk about helping you find peace so you can move on to heaven. Would you like that?
I need to sit down. Yes, I'd very much like to find out what killed me. I'd like it to die. I want it to die. As he says this, it's strange because you can see the ghost ship overlaid upon the actual ship, and you can see this man's spiritual form and his dead body, as well as Dr. Marymount and his aura, as small objects and doodads in the room, little medical supplies and bits and bobs begin to shake at this man's frenetic panic and rage. Dr. Marymount stops and pauses, and it's like you're hearing an echoey version of him. She's getting choppy. So choppy, I'm fucking pissed, you quack! So you wanted to ask him questions? Oh, am I Did I have this connection on Discord?
No. You still there, Yui?
Yeah, no, the ghost seems to be done
Hello,
with his
hello?
tantrum. Yeah.
I hear you.
I think my push to talk button died.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. She's gonna ask him. So, what happened? Can you tell me everything that you remember?
Well, I was just watching the nothing. But you gotta watch the nothing in case of something happens. And then something happened. Something tackled me from behind. Big. Heavy. Like a dog.
Huh?
Clawed hands. Little man hands. And then, when I was turning to get my gun, it released the torch to try to beat it away. This terrible, fuzzy face wrapped around my neck. The pain. 2 great big knives and dozens of little small ones tore back, ripped me open like an apple. I felt the blood, everything leaving me. It's the greedy bastard gulped it all down.
Huh. You said it was big and there were a lot of hair. Correct?
Short, coarse hair. And it was as big as a dog. Big dog. But it didn't have paws or nothing like that. It's like it had tiny man hands with claws at the end.
Tiny man hand with claws at the end. Can you take me to where you were attacked?
He does.
Okay.
You move out onto the deck. And again, seeing the ship as its real self interposed as its spiritual self. Odd, because as you go onto the deck, you enter a part of the ship where it had previously hit a rock and the first crew died. And you're walking on the real ship as the ghost of the ship suddenly breaks and falls away. And it's almost like you're striding through the air, but you're not. Kind of like walking on glass. But if the glass is the shape of a ship.
Do I see any other ghosts of the ship there?
Looking through this giant gap in it, yes, you see a few of the other spirits curiously looking at the new guy.
I'll wave at them. Hello!
The ghosts wave back. They seem concerned more than anything else from the first glance. Keeping their distance, but keeping an eye on the situation.
Do you see anything that happened here? She turns back to the new ghost. When was it?
Sorry. Being an angry ghost does a number on it. It was this morning. 3 hours
This
just before the
morning?
sunrise.
3 hours before the sunrise, did you see anything that happened up here? She looked down, just like shouting at them.
One of the phantoms slowly drifts up. Condolences. We weren't hoping
yes.
to add to the crew anytime, but here we are. Oh God, it really is a ghost ship. Oh, they said it was crazy. You'll get used to it. Anyway, Miss Rutai here. She looks after us a bit. You be nice to her. And he turns to you. There was one of us. They were battening down the ropes, making sure that the winds didn't carry the sails away. There was something moving around here. He thought it was a dog kept by one of the hero hands, but later on when he heard the screaming, he remembered none of the sailors have a dog.
You said
Big
a big
one.
dog?
Like an Irish wolfhound. Or a Saint Bernard.
She's starting to panic!
It's not as big as a Doberman, is what I'll tell you much.
Does it have red eyes?
Didn't see any eyes. Just the shaggy black fur. Short, coarse fur. And a long, waggly tail.
No.
Thinking about it, too long a tail for a dog.
No. I must go. I must go on the others. Please take care of the new member. Please take care. You'll be fine here. She turns to the new ghost. You will be fine here. Everybody is really nice. I will come talk to you again if I have any question. And thank you so much. She turned to like the older ghost and she's like, she bowed her head like really politely and then she just quickly poof.
Yep, you poof back to your body. It's also a funny little thing. While the ghost was showing you around there, just because of the way the timelines line up, you saw Kristoff bent over picking up like something from the ground at that point, just because of the way that like time stuff works and when this happened as opposed to when that happened. You return to your body. Do you go looking for the others or do you wait?
I'll try to connect to the internet first. Do I hear anything?
So you attempt to reach into the Malkavian Madness Network.
Yes.
Roll me wits plus occult. No. You get flashes of memories and thoughts. The sensation of a man's fist against your face. The feeling of, oddly enough, it's weird. It's at once the caress of a bit of steel as well as like the warmth of a woman's cheek. Adrenaline. A few other things flashing by. Familiar but strange tastes. Spiced foods that you don't get anywhere else in the world but back in the East. But that's about it.
I'll look for the others.
You end up meeting the rest of the coterie as they begin coming down the stairs from the upper deck. You meet them about halfway, outside of the crew's quarters around here-ish.
Yeah, it's really obvious, like, Cam is losing her shit.
Imratai, what's the matter?
It's here! The dog is here! The dog is no longer needed! The dog is here!
Let's go somewhere private.
Agreed. Not here. Let's go.
Dogs.
Evelyn will lead the way to her room.
She's clinging to the group really tightly, just grab onto, like, Kristoff's cape or something.
So a lot of you end up in the conspiracy cube again. The small, like one of the small 5x8 little cabins. This one being Evelyn's.
Should have invested in a conference room.
I mean, you have enough storage rooms for it. You can have your meeting in the brig.
This is fine. Kimbertai, what's happened? What have you seen?
So I talked to his ghost, and I talked to the ghost of the ship, and they told me what they see. They told me what happened, and there's a dog. It's a big dog, a big dog. I think it's the same dog from London. I think it got in the boat with us.
How would they get on the boat with us?
I don't know, probably hiding somewhere. And it could have been like it would be in Blood Frenzy. I don't know.
Well, they are vampiric dogs, so they may have some ability to conceal themselves and preternatural ability to remain quiet and patient. But yes, if it's taken this long to show itself, then likely it did lose control. If it does need blood.
It could be hiding the whole time, because I forgot the ship. I tried to look everywhere. I don't see anything. It could be hiding all this time. Oh my god, I can't believe they're in the ship with us.
Benedict,
Just,
you saw the... the Hound Master was his name?
Yes, that's right.
Could you form a description for the captain to give to the crew?
Sure, I'll do just that.
We do not
Christoph will
know
pull
if they are
the-
aboard, but
Just that Kristoff would at this point just pull the bit of fur that he found on deck, and there is definitely signs that you might be onto something. This was right there at the scene where the Marine died, and slight but definitely signs of something strong there.
Would I be able to recognize that fur as the Hound's?
Roll me intelligence plus animal kin.
Okay.
Benedict, this is definitely
Damn.
not dog fur. This is rat fur.
Rat fur?
In fact, with those two tens, you remember the moment when, well, later you found out the King of London's rats found the Houndmaster's pub. And the description of a rat the size of a dog does come to mind. As in the swarm, there were rats of genuinely unusual size, including ones the size of a dog.
I ask for the fur from Kristoff. This is rat fur. Not the one from the Hounds. I'm familiar with those.
It's a rat? That's
Yes.
even worse!
the captain did mention a rat problem.
That's gotta be a hell of a rat.
I'm assuming the cats are now dead if they encountered it. No wonder the rats are out of control.
Regardless, it's going to be interesting to catch whatever this thing is, especially there's too much ground to cover. Any ideas?
The vampire who was hunting us, you encountered him, Kristoff?
We did. Well, Yes, we did encounter that fella. He was not the Houndmaster, but there was another one who was really interesting looking individual. In fact, well, they were not shrouded quite clearly. Really, but they did command rats. It's just I do not. Yeah, they were as big as some of them were as big as a dog, but like I seriously can't believe there's like even a rat with that size. It just has to be bigger than that. Especially based on
Unlikely
the description
to.
that was given.
So this person is unlikely to be able to hide easily among the passengers. Perhaps the rat is here alone?
I'm inclined to believe, but then again, who knows? Definitely will keep an eye out, however.
It's safer to assume that there's more than one rat here.
Well, rather than night fishing, perhaps I can suggest finding some rats.
Oh boy, rat fishing.
What if it's a ghoul rat? What if that
That
rat
is
had
that is
some?
the idea, yes.
Would it be safe to consume those rats?
I wouldn't recommend it, but they need to be stopped, obviously. And I'm sure there are mundane rats. The ghouls should be easy enough to detect with their glowing eyes.
Out of character.
And
This
obvious size.
Go ahead, Christoph.
out of character. By this point, after like the 3 weeks of his fun, would I happen to know like a good, where everybody is at the ship or where they rest at least?
You know, yeah, basically, honestly, if you've been touring the ship at all, especially you, because you've been going out and like talking to the crew and the sailors, you basically know the routines pretty well. Actually, that reminds me, I need to deduct one of the Marines from the total list. But these aren't health bars; these are total members. Ah, ha 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 ha.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you have a general idea of the crew and their habits at this point, or at least their standing orders and patrols. Though pretty soon that's going to be changing, considering the captain has ordered double patrols.
No, certainly. And like passenger-wise, that also, or just too chaotic to really get a handle.
Passenger-wise, at night it's actually pretty easy to track. At night, there's a brief bit of activity in the crew in the passenger rooms. Then everyone goes up to the galley. Then everyone goes, well, most everyone, goes down to the storage underneath your cabins for mass. At least once a week. The amount of people attending varies. They either go from the galley back to the rooms or back to storage. A few people hang out on the deck for a few hours before going back to their rooms. Just because, getting away from the smell, and if you're going to throw up somewhere, you don't want to throw up somewhere where you're actually sleeping. And not everyone has fully gotten their sea legs yet. Or gotten used to the purging.
Yeah, thanks.
Apparently, it's, from what you've heard from Francois, it's much harder to track people during the day. during the night, it's much easier to keep track of them.
Well, at this point, it just happened. We just need to keep an eye on whatever it is. If it is somehow a kindred, or something that just needs to feed on, it is satisfied, so they may not show up. Assuming that it's only one, that is.
Yes,
But
it's a concern there may be several.
that is, well, worst case scenario, but gotta get ready for that.
I'm trying to think of places it could be hiding. A rat that size cannot is so easily hide in the walls.
I can ask the ghost to help search. Now that we know what it is.
Yes, any ideas for ways to track it down? I'm open to trying, so long as they do not draw attention from the passengers of the crew.
So
Can I do like a? Could I do like some kind of roll, some kind of history check to see if I'd know anything about like the abilities of animals that have been enhanced with vampire blood?
That would be specifically enhanced by vampire blood.
I mean, like, I'm assuming that's what this is like a rat that's being made into a ghoul by being fed vampire blood.
Yeah, that'd be int plus occult.
Okay.
That's 1-0-1-0-1 success. So you understand that certain vampires have abilities to command and control animals, and that these same vampires can, in fact, ghoul animals, and that ghouled animals gain the same benefits that a ghouled human does. They are generally stronger, tougher. They can learn vampiric disciplines if they are lucky enough or intelligent enough or well trained enough.
Is it plausible that they could try to track down specific targets without their master?
If an animal is smart enough on its own, yes. And through ghouling, a ghoul can become as smart. Like, ghouls cannot gain supernatural intelligence or anything like that, but they have a certain base animalistic cunning about them. And, the proper training, you can get an animal to do a whole lot of shit.
A ghoul wouldn't have to feed on human blood, no? They have to feed on their master or other vampire blood.
True.
But this ghoul just drain this human.
Maybe it was just desperate.
Claudio would know. We can ask Claudio.
Yeah, we could try that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get Claudio?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Someone goes and runs and grabs Claudio. He enters this tight little information bunker. I assume you catch him up on the details.
Yeah, I tell them that we've been made aware that there's a giant rat aboard that has killed one of the crew members, and it seems to potentially be some type of ghoul. Could be related to the King of London, as he styled himself. We're wondering why it would drink from a human rather than a vampire. Act of desperation, perhaps?
You say that this was a ghoul creature?
Presumably, yes. A rat.
The creation of such familiars is a not uncommon practice among the Nosferatu and the Gangrel, and I believe the followers of Set. Why would we be drinking from a human, though? That's cut die. He leans back and just taps at his chin. Centuries ago, our master had a run-in with the followers of Set. One of their rulers, a woman named Isis. No, Nefertiti, yes. She considers herself the rightful queen of all of Europe. Narcissistic bitch. We lost several of our operatives to her. But, most interesting of all, and why I bring up this conversation, is the followers of Set have the animalism discipline. It allows them, much like the Nosferatu, to command animals. Nefertiti was unique, though. He not only figured out how to ghoulify snakes, she was able to turn several into vampires themselves. Perhaps this is not a vampire rat, a ghoul rat. Perhaps this is a vampire rat.
Disgusting.
Indeed.
It's... Indeed.
Well, if we can catch it, then I can find out who sired it. At least if we can get its blood. Enough of it.
A word of caution. If this thing is in fact a vampire, it could, in turn, make other rats into ghouls.
Only rats?
Well, technically anyone, but you will not find me caging such a loathsome creature to drink off it for eternity.
Could pigs be enticed to drink rat blood?
Well, a pig will drink just about anything. Eat just about anything, from what I understand. I'm no expert on the
I
subject
think we need to
matter.
find... I think we need to find this rat and any others very quickly. Thank you, Claudia.
You're welcome. Whatever this thing is, do kill it. I shudder to think what it could get up to.
Already killed one of the members of our crew, so yes. Anything worse, should do our best to prevent.
He nods.
Perhaps you could warn, well, Christoph, you can warn Francois, and I'll speak with Mary. And
On it.
I don't know the best way to go about searching a ship for a giant rat, but I'm open to suggestions.
We can ask the captain to have a rat termination on site for all aboard.
Well, the crew will have their duties. They cannot abandon them simply to search the ship for rats, and if these are indeed vampire rats, that would be rather perilous for the crew members.
Hmm.
It would just come off. I just can't seem to find a good way to explain or get the captain to believe that it's not a wolf and just a big rat. We will probably have to take care of that ourselves.
Well, if we display the body in such a way that it is not recognizable, then perhaps we can pass it off as some type of badger or wolf.
Oh no, I was not referring to that. Just how to get them right now to look for rats instead of a big animal.
Yes, well, I would suggest that we do our best to search without involving the crew just yet, but we should ensure they are alert, if not already, for wild animals.
They surely are, but wouldn't a little bit more encouragement wouldn't hurt anyone, especially if it keeps them alive.
Captain did mention badgers a few times. Perhaps that is a more plausible explanation. They can be vicious. Probably not murdering a human vicious, but...
He did mention badgers a lot, so it would be a good start.
Easier to
They-
convince than a rat, I suppose.
I could. Yes, I'll go converse with the ghosts, and then I will search the ship again, because I didn't actually look into the storage and such. I was busy searching for people in the past weeks.
Are the ghosts able to see through the walls and into the bilge and such?
How can I explain this? They are in another ship, if you know what I mean. But they are able to see things that happen in our ship as well.
Well,
Did any ghosts catch the culprit then?
They only told me what they saw. The size of a small man. Yeah, for a creature. Now that come to think of it, it does make sense. The tail is very long for a dog. Yes, they did not see the eye. Yes, now it makes so much sense now. Now that is a rat.
well, we know what we're looking for.
It's just a matter of getting to look. Hopefully.
I'd suggest that we sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I suggest that we don't go searching alone or individually. We're not exactly
Yes.
sure what we're up against right now.
Yes. I would need someone to come with me while I scan the ship.
I was planning to do that regardless, so don't mind tagging along.
Hey, I feel safer already.
What would be a composure check?
One composure check?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Hiding what I'm thinking.
So just
Not outwardly showing something.
So just being stoic. I'm gonna say that's appearance plus expression. So the difficulty to read Evelyn right now is not very high. That's not a botch. It's just a very bad roll. Actually, no, that is a botch. In fact,
I'm curious. I get curious. If she's quiet for a while, I get curious.
Evelyn,
It's not too quiet. It's just yeah. When Kristoff's like, yeah, I'll go with Kim, she kind of like glances at Benedict and then looks away and like definitely not a happy expression on her face. Just kind of like her lips are a bit too tight and she's kind of staring at the wall a bit too intently, like she's steeling herself.
Hey, don't worry. Benedict punched down the head inquisitor. He very strong.
Hey, I'm right here.
Not his fists I'm concerned with. Anyway, I must go speak with Mary.
oh my god.
Do you two
I'm afraid he's
know
going
what
to
she
start making
means?
out with the vampire rat. Anyway, that was out of character. If there's nothing else, I shall go speak with Mary.
Right.
I will talk to the ghost.
Kimbertai, you're going to talk to the ghosts and then go looking for the rat with Benedict.
Yes.
Christoph, you're going to
Christoph.
explain the situation to Francois.
Yep, and then go hunting rats, yes.
With Kimbertai.
Bugwater, did you say something for a second there? I thought I cut you off.
No, I was just saying that Kenrita is with Kristoff, not
Oh,
Benedict.
Kimbertai was in Christoph. I thought, okay. Right. I thought that...
That's why Evelyn was disappointed, because she doesn't want to deal with her falling in love with a giant rat.
Right.
We can all go together.
That's... Okay. That's why I thought that she was getting annoyed, because I thought that... Right, I thought... Okay, cool. Whatever, sorry. Then, Christoph, what are you doing? Oh, no. Christoph, you're going with Kim. Benedict, what are you doing then?
Sorry?
What are you doing?
I guess I'll just wait for what Evelyn is going to do with Mary just outside the door.
Okay. Do we want to roleplay, keep getting our companions up to speed here, or...
And just kind of gloss over.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Inform them
Evelyn.
generally what's going on.
Evelyn, when you describe the situation to Mary, you seem at all worried or concerned.
Her attitude is more that this is a serious matter, but she has her usual confidence about handling it.
Notably,
She doesn't seem rattled at all.
Mary seems assured by this. Her responses come across as like, "Oh, that's good. You've got everything under control. Then, of course you do. You're the greatest. You can handle this no problem. If I can do anything to help at all. I mean, are teeth really dangerous? Right? I know a lot about animals, more than I remember knowing. Anything can help."
Yes, rodents have very sharp teeth. They gnaw on wood to keep them sharp, and this is a giant rat that has gouged the throat of a full-grown marine.
Well, not only that,
Man,
you know that
so-
rats can squeeze into spaces anything smaller than their own head. They can flatten out their bones to do it.
Yes, that is also a
Anything to
concern.
spare space.
Hopefully, we will have an advantage from Kim's ability to speak with the deceased, but we will need to remain on alert. Thankfully, it's not targeting us, it seems, but we do not want it to target our crew or our passengers either. And it may be able to create other vampire rats. So we do need to address this swiftly. It is a serious issue, but I believe that we can take care of it. And if you would like to help, if you believe that you will be able to assist, how would you feel killing such a creature?
If it's a threat to us, a threat to you, I'd want to kill it really bad. Nasty, ugly creature.
Yes, well, it's a danger to all aboard, so...
And if it's a ghoul, that means it can operate during the daytime, like Claudio does, right? How are we going to protect
Yes.
ourselves in the day?
That's also a concern. Here, I'll get her a knife. A dagger.
So you give Mary a knife.
Yeah, I had noted down I have knives, 1+ strength, and dagger. Just says 1+. Does a dagger give you any?
They're both your strength +1.
+1, okay. Is there any difference between a knife and a dagger? A knife's shorter?
More or less. Yeah, there's not a
Okay, I'll
there's
give-
not much of a mechanical difference. It's just one is a little more common to have around for like daily use, and the other one is definitely a weapon.
Okay, I'll give her a knife, so it's a little bit less conspicuous. And I'll take... Oh, the pistol. I gave that to Christoph, right? You have that, OP?
I do have one, but there are
Pistol
multiples.
with black powder, 5 rounds.
Yep.
I think there was only one at the place where we got all the weapons, the La Sombra hideout, safe house.
Yep, I would definitely be willing to part ways with that, because
Firearm? Because I don't have any firearm skill. Oh, I have 1 point in firearms. Okay. Firearms is also crossbow bolts, right? Crossbow?
Yeah, crossbows are also firearms. For the purpose of this
Okay.
game.
I guess I'll bring the crossbow, even though it's kind of conspicuous.
I mean, a little bit, but apparently there's some sort of wild dog on board, so not the most like out there thing to
Okay.
have on you.
I'll bring it. I'll go and find Benedict. Outside my door, I guess.
Are you ready to go on that hunt?
Yes, are you familiar with this? She'll show him the crossbow.
Not so much. I've never held anything like this.
Very well. Do you have a weapon?
Yes. Then he brings his fists up right here.
Very well. So the plan is that Kim is going to consult the spirits. I guess we just start searching unless she comes and says somewhere in particular to look.
That would be correct. I believe, yes. So, Cam, you wanted to again talk to ghosts. Go ahead and give me your astral projection roll.
Dun-dun.
Yep. Yeah, you're fine. You leave your body. You are in the ghost ship again.
Yes. I would, would I know who's, the leader of the ghosts right now that the first hand left?
I'm not going to pull out a particular name, but you know generally who's in charge of the ghosts, yes?
Yes, I'll go talk to, the one in charge. And, update
Okay.
him on all the details that we have found out. And simply ask for them to keep an eye out for any big vampire rats.
You're not asking them to search the ship, just keep an eye out. And let you know.
Yeah. But if they're free to search the ship, yeah, I would ask them to do it. I'm not gonna bucking them too much.
If there's something killing folks, perhaps we can take a look. Right, was it? The one the size of a Great Dane.
Your press to talk broken again, Yui?
Hello? Yes, I was trying to
hear you
figure
now.
out what that means.
Great Dane's a breed of dog.
Yes, it is a really big black rat, the size of a dog. We believe it's actually a vampire, not just a ghoul. It means that it can turn other animals into vampires as well.
Unnatural as it is. Big. Suppose that's also natural. We'll keep an eye out.
Thank you so much. Thank you. She'll grab his hand and shake it in really, really grateful way.
You've done us more than our fair share of good turns, miss. You're getting to your destination. Rats be damned.
And if there's anything else that you need help with, I will come and check by from time to time, so we can converse more and let me know.
Thank you, ma'am. Always appreciate it.
She'll nod with a big smile, grateful nod, and then poof, back to her body.
Okay. Remember to spend a point of willpower every time you psychically project.
Yes, one more.
Right. So, you're going to be searching the ship for rats.
Yes, I turned on my scanner mode.
You're going in teams of 2?
Yeah, going with
Yep.
Kristoff.
Well, 3, I guess, in my case with Mary and Benedict.
Should we get Joshua with us?
Sorry?
Kristoff, should we get Joshua with us?
Not sure. He doesn't really face, kindred, so not sure if we should bring it over.
Oh, that's right.
Did
You're
you
right.
explain
Yeah,
the
it is
situation to
safer
him?
this way.
Yep.
He volunteers. You finish explaining the situation. We're going to jump back for a second here. Well, then we're going to fucking kill it. Actually, French. Let's say we're going to fucking kill it. It's a vampire rat. It's a monster, an abomination against God and all of its holy light. Let's put an end to this monster.
Well, just fair warning. It's gonna be dangerous, and Christoph also just points as his heart. And you want to aim here.
Christophe, you remember how the organization that we were in, yes? I was told we were hunting monsters. I know how to stab a vampire.
Well, it's gonna be a first that we're gonna be stabbing a rat. That happens to be a vampire.
I thought you said we were killing a stowaway, not you, eh? I'm still a little.
Wouldn't blame you. But yes. Here, but not on me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Neck works too, right? Cutting off the head.
Well, depending on how tough it is, might want to go for the just crippling it. So maybe aiming for the heart will be a bit easier. If you do manage to get a swing in, then by all means go for the head.
Bon. Allons-y.
And yeah, so just guess we're bringing Francois.
Hello, Francois.
Gemuta, how are you? Actually,
Oh.
is it safe for her to be here? We're considering. Squeak, squeak, hiss.
Oh, my eye will be helping, but I'm afraid I cannot fight, so I will leave that to you too.
He shrugs. Right, so each night you'll be able to properly search 3 portions of the ship. The ghosts will also be searching 3 portions of the ship. Tell me where you want to go, and then we'll make a couple of rolls to see what you find.
I want to check the animals to make sure none of them have been turned, like pigs and horses.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll take the storage with the animals and then the 2 storages to the right of that.
So you're going to do the bottom storages, okay? Christoph and Kemutai, where are you searching?
Well, I would say where crew and passengers are usually just like their quarters.
So you're going to check the crew and passenger quarters, those 3.
Would you believe in hide in plain sight?
That is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I'm sussy of the upper decks. Yeah. Like, you know, all the rooms on the upper decks.
So what's usually the answer?
Like, is it possible that less people are upstairs?
Like in the officer quarters, the steering section, and like the workshops.
Yes.
Yeah, during the night, the officers' quarters would only have like 4 or 5 people in them. The workshops would probably only have the doctor. There's probably like 1 or 2 people only in the steering room.
What do you think, Christoph?
Since it just happened, we might want to see if someone's acting, well, a little bit out of the normal, you know. Well, you could say it happened last night, basically, or at the end of last night. So I guess that's out of the window too. We can definitely check off the upper deck.
Okay.
Still,
So instead of the passenger and crew quarters, you're going to check the upper decks, the officers' quarters. Which ones?
Maps is also a room, right?
The maps room is also a room. It has a drawing desk as well as a number of shelves and such. You've never actually been there.
Oh, like, could there have been anything that, like, a thing that size was probably hiding?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big enough room to stand in. You'd have to hunch a little bit because of the low ceiling, but...
Huh. Yeah, should we search that?
we could just still insist to check out at least one of the quarters, because
Okay.
just in case.
Okay.
So, we got these three bottom rooms being checked by Evelyn and Benedict. Which ones are you picking?
Let's go with the maps, the officer's quarter, and the pick one. Which passenger room you wanna check first?
Well, might as well do it by proximity. So this one.
Okay.
Okay? So,
All right.
I've just put everyone into an individual spot. You're all still in a group while you do this. Evelyn and Benedict, give me a investigation plus perception in the kennels. Kristoff and Kemrutai do the same in maps. Kemrutai, because of your aspects, the difficulty for this goes down by your total aspects rate.
I'm gonna use a willpower.
Investigation and perception, correct?
Yeah, I want to use a willpower as well.
Okay, Evelyn, it's a good thing you willpowered, because otherwise you would have botched there.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Cam.
God
You had
damn.
a difficulty 2
Whoa.
on those rolls.
God damn.
She's motivated.
She sees all!
She
Where
doesn't want to
Evelyn is-
touch
Fair,
her
and she
pig.
does it anyway.
Where Evelyn is definitely not trying to get near one of the horses because they bite. So, I'll tell you right now, you search through the map room, it's more of a, it's the equivalent of a well-constructed shed with a small drafting board table in it. Like an artist's table for, like, charting maps and drawing things, as well as 2 measuring tools. And you check it top to bottom, and there's no signs of any infestation or rodents in here. At all. Completely clean.
No holes. Thought they didn't come from behind
no
a wall.
papers, no animal droppings. This place is clean. In fact, Kemrutai, you would wager that the only person who's been in here the entire voyage is the captain, and he has not brought a speck of food or dust or dirt here.
Clear.
Down in the hold, I'm going to also roll for our lovely friend Mary. I skipped rolling for Francois because Kemrutai knocked it out of the fucking park.
Nah.
Mary, Benedict, and Evelyn. It takes you a little while, especially because it's so fucking damn dirty in here. The room stinks of shit, as well as whatever food has been slopped out for the pigs. Luckily, there is a little bit of hay obscuring it, but that also makes the search take forever. Because not only are there heaps and heaps of hay for bedding and, like, feeding the horses, that seems like a perfect place for a rat to make a den or a burrow. And you have to try and handle the horses to get into it, to search for it, get pitchforks out, turn it over and move it around. And luckily, Mary is able to calm the horses down and move them out of the room long enough for you to do that. But you don't find any giant rats. There are signs that there were rats here. Rat droppings mixed in with the horse and pig shit.
Unusually large rat droppings?
Sorry.
Are they unusually large rat droppings or just regular size?
They seem mundane, and you even see a couple of rodents scurrying around here and there, but none that stand out as large or mutated.
Can we kill the ones we do see?
I punch rats.
Give me a combat roll of your choice.
I punch rats.
Oh my God.
So, Benedict, Dex was brawling. Evelyn, are you going to shoot him with the crossbow?
Sure. Firearms and Dex?
Yep. Shit, Benedict. Do you have to have a specialization in boxing yet?
There's something like that?
Yeah, once you get a skill up to 4, you get to choose a specialization, and anytime you roll a 10, it counts as 2 successes.
Oh, I haven't reached that yet.
Yeah, so if you, say, had brawling at 4 dice, you could choose boxing, and whenever you box something, tens will count as doubles. Or you could, say, have animal ken at 4, and say your specialization was horses, so 10s would count as double when you're dealing with horses. Just to keep in mind for whenever you spend XP.
Yeah, thanks.
Evelyn, you managed to kill 1 rat. Benedict, you are a rat stomping and punching machine. At one point, you kick a rat into the air and air juggle it like it was Tekken.
Hell yeah.
It's a thing to see a grown man just deck a rat in the face. But, considering the amount of dead rats in the room, you could probably actually drink them and get a blood point back.
I'll get Mary to do that. She's still low.
Do you hand over a brace of dead rats to Mary?
Yeah. Sorry.
Benedict, do you do what Evelyn tells you?
Yeah, I like Mary as well. I'll give it to her.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Evelyn, thank you so much. Thanks to you too, Benedict. And she just starts ripping open dead throats and drinking them down like blood bags. She cringes every time she has to do it, but she does it.
Mm-hmm.
She's
We'll make sure to toss them overboard or something.
Mm-hmm. She
After.
stuffs them into a sack to chuck overboard later. Next set of rooms. Same set of rolls. So investigation plus perception. Officers' quarters, and this is the first storage room. Ooh! Believe it or not, that's not a botch for Kimrutai.
I'm gonna do another willpower because I'm so bad at this.
Uh-huh. And I will roll for Mary.
She got shy.
You put both of the really good searchers and investigators in one spot, and then just
Yeah.
the social character and Captain kill them all in the other one. Mary. Okay, so it's again slow going and searching in the storage room as you have to pry open boxes and search through crates individually. But after another 3 hours or so of looking through crates, moving things around, checking under piles and piles of cloth, yards and yards of it, you do not find presence of supernatural rats. Kemrutai and Kristoff, you go into your search comparably takes minutes. Top to bottom, you check the officers' quarters. You meet a few officers that you haven't met yet. People who are not important enough to have names or whatever. And you politely ask them to check their stuff, and you look through them, and their quarters are surprisingly kept clean. They are disciplined enough that most of them didn't have any food in the rooms. And good enough I saw someone say Saiyans in chat, and I said Saiyans. Good enough sailors that they have the discipline and the stomach to not be throwing up in the rooms. And you don't see any signs of infestation of rodents or anything or the like. One more time for the final storage room and the crew's quarters.
Spending a willpower here just in case.
What happens when your willpower gets lower?
Nothing.
Anything?
It's just
Nothing?
you can't
Okay,
spend
I'll
it. And
spend
if I
another
call
one.
you to make a willpower roll and you don't have any willpower, you automatically fail.
Oh.
Okay, I'll spend one more.
I will also spend one more.
It's funny, it's like all the people with good eyes stay the same.
Benedict, please roll me a self-control.
What?
Oh no!
God. He did spend a willpower.
Oh, you spent a
I'm
willpower.
searching.
Never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind. You spent a willpower. Good thing you did,
Okay.
because that was a botch. And I was going to make you fall in love with something you found in a box.
And Evelyn was gonna have to choke you out.
Okay, so... Real fast, Kristoff and Kem, please give me your choice of charisma and leadership, or manipulation and subterfuge, as you have to get all of the crewmen out of their beds and into the hallway for an inspection. And they're none too pleased about it.
Willpower.
I roll manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay, Kristoff,
Charisma and leadership.
okay, so, Kemrutai, what is the lie you tell these men that gets them to get out of their rooms long enough for you to search them?
I saw a big rat running into this room. We're here to kill it. Please leave.
Big rat. Big rat. They seem annoyed by this because, like, it's a rat. Who cares? I have a gun. I'm a hardened sailor. But they're disciplined enough, and you own the ship. So they do as you say, despite how groggy and annoyed they are, and they wait in the hallway at attention, more or less.
I'll thank every single one of them politely.
Luckily, it doesn't take you long to search their cabin, because your rolls were good. Kem with your needing to botch to fail, and Kristoff with a decent roll. It takes about 20-30 minutes to search. It's much less well kept than the officers' quarters. There's bits of food here and there. There's signs of having been mopped up of vomit here and there. And you do in fact find a rodent or two hiding amongst the clutter. But nothing supernatural. Nothing giant. Nothing ghouled.
Rats! Kill them! Kill them!
I guess I'll just wait for the rats.
Francois will also go rat stabbing.
What was for melee again?
Dex plus melee for sorting things. As with fishing, so with rat stabbing, where Benedict managed to punch enough rats to get a blood point worth of rats, Kristoff, you managed to slice off the head of enough rats or stab enough that, if you were quick about it, you could gulp down 2 blood points.
Well, beggars can be choosers. I would just also like point out to
Oh,
want.
yes. Thank you. She'll take the rat, look for a corner, and it's like.
You each
Francois, you might
have to
want to
take
turn around for this.
You see Francois looking at you with sheer disgust in French. And yet further muttered curses and disgusted remarks.
Don't look at us like that!
I heard that the Germans had a poor taste in cuisine, but this is ridiculous.
It's better than feeding from the human, nah.
I'm sorry, I just forgot that both of you literally had to drink blood to survive. That Irish. I'm sorry, it's just I forgot most of you had to drink blood to survive. Also, those things are fucking filthy.
Well,
Believe it
as
or
you
not,
said... Oh.
believe it or not, it actually tastes better than the food back home.
Baker can be chooser, as he said.
The truth has never tasted so... Ugh, Kem. It's better than... It's leagues better than whatever you ate at Captain's Quarters, but human blood is delicious, and it's sweet, it's complicated, it's rich. This is like eating a half-frozen Pop-Tart in the morning when you're hungover. Or... Okay, well... This is like eating a piece of bread that's gone stale, and you're trying to improve it by like putting some peanut butter on it.
Oh, it's not bad then.
It's tolerable. It could be so much better though.
Okay.
Or like, you ever eat some cheese or like something that should never go bad, but it's been in the fridge for so long that you're pretty sure it's gone bad, but you were that hungry anyway?
Yeah.
It's that. It's like, this mostly tastes right. I'm not gonna get sick from this, but I probably shouldn't be eating it. That's the flavor you get, in comparison to, like, a nice meal.
Well, thank you, Christoph. I guess we still gotta use this body to show them that, we actually did something.
Yep. Just kind of ashamed it wasn't here, but I guess we're not completely empty-handed.
Yeah, you come out, and this is effectively where Kristoff's role comes in. You more or less give these guys a dressing down of all the dead rats you found in their room and how filthy it was. And they look annoyed, but they believe that you were there for mundane, normal reasons and not hunting giant, supernatural death rats.
I'll give them some pointer on how to, easily clean things without using too much, energy. Like a good housewife.
They only seem more annoyed. But listen to you intently as you are their employer. And they have decent discipline.
Kristoff would excuse themselves at this point. Thank them again for their patience and just go back to sleep.
Yeah,
yes,
by now,
thank you.
It's gotten to almost the morning. You've been looking for... Well, Kristoff and Kemutai, you actually have a fair bit of the night left, but when Benedict and Mary and Evelyn finish their search, it's almost the morning. You check the last storage room, much like the one before it. You go through boxes after boxes after boxes, and they're all dry goods down here and finished goods, and,
We
iron
find
tools,
any more
nails,
rats in the
fittings.
third room? Did we find any more rats in the third room?
No, this place is completely free of any vermin. You find nails, fittings, sidings, bits and pieces of other iron tools like that, blankets, bits of carved wood for furniture, an anvil, ceramics, glasswork, all things that all manufactured goods that can't be made without heavy industry, basically.
And we
Half
see
the
no
boxes
signs
you-
at all.
Nope,
We see no signs at all that
rodents
any
at
rats
all.
have been in here. Okay.
No signs of rodents or vermin at all.
Good to
You
know.
do see signs of the occasional late night mass. Like there's a spot where some wine got spilt, a breadcrumb here or there. But for the most part, like 90% of the boxes you go through are actually like half the boxes you go through are Bibles, and the other half of the boxes you go through are nails.
Yeah.
Evelyn and Benedict, you basically have to call it a night after this. There's not much time left in the evening for you. Kemrutai and Christoph, you have enough time left in the evening to get one thing done.
Want to go fish?
Think it's too early for us to go back to that. Is out of character. Just one thing, but not necessarily checking another room, right?
Just one thing. If you wanted, you could check another room, but
Let's do it.
Might as well.
which room will you check?
We still have the brick. The brick's pretty small. That haven't been agreed to be checked on.
The brig is down here.
Yes.
It has not been checked, no.
Let's do it.
Sure, might as well.
Christoph, you gonna roll as well, or are we just gonna let Kim... yep.
Oh my god.
Christoph, when you get down here, it's... You don't feel like there's any searching to do. You go through a door and a wall, and then you enter what is an open space with bunks and, like, iron bars and gates. You can see the whole fucking thing in one glance. Because there's a set of prison cells on either side that are a bunch of iron bars going from floor to ceiling and a gate, and there's nothing obscuring your view, so it's just like, what the fuck am I searching? I see the whole
Why
room.
am I here?
Kem, you give it more of a detailed look. There's no sign... No one's been arrested yet or put under detention yet. The crew's been behaving themselves, they've been well-fed, they've had alcohol and good food provided to them, and they haven't put into any bad conditions yet. So no one's been here under punishment. You didn't take any prisoners with you when you left London. But after a thorough inspection, there's not been enough leavings or human refuse or trash or anything of the like for there to have been rats here at any point in time. Or if there were rats, they checked it, saw it was barren of food or shelter, and fucked right off.
Okay. No holes, no drop. Okay.
No holes, no droppings,
Clear.
no bits of fur.
I don't even know why I checked that room, but sure, I guess that one's... Guess we know it's clear.
Yeah. I just figure it might be a good hiding since no one really used this room.
Guess you have a point, but, well, it is clear. Let's just...
So I'm just gonna check off
Hey,
a couple of the rooms that you checked. And the whole bottom of the ship's been checked, so I'm not gonna check that off.
At least we looked through a lot of rooms today. Tomorrow we do it again.
Hopefully the incident doesn't repeat itself tomorrow.
I hope so too.
But
So,
just can't really worry about that. Let's just go back.
as you return to your quarters and lay your heads down for the night, the sun begins to rise, and the day begins to change, and we're gonna go to break because. So we return to the ship, slowly bobbing its way west on the dominant trade winds, pulling you from sub-Saharan Africa towards the tip of Brazil and the Caribbean. If you've been up on top of the ship at all, you have not seen any land for at least a week and a half. The last spit of solid anything you've seen was, again, about a week and a half ago. Occasionally you might see whales or dolphins breaching the surface, but your problems are not that of aquatic mammals. It's of a very large land-based one who was snuck aboard the ship with you. I'm gonna roll something real fast. Okay. You awaken the next night, and unfortunately, there has been another death.
Damn it!
Damn.
It's mine to say that.
Man.
You are quickly informed. Well, again, in the wee hours of the evening, as just before sunfall, in the fine goods section of the ship, actually, a pair of Marines were doing their double patrol, and one of them spotted something, fired their gun, before suffering a similar fate as the previous man. This time, however, no blood was drained. The creature leapt out, this time their fellow seaman witnessing it, an enormous black beast. In the panic of things, he thinks it's a dog. Said it was a dog, and witnessed his comrade reach up to try to block the bite, and having a chunk of flesh ripped off their arm as they tried to defend themselves. The creature tackling to the ground, scratching their face, again having ripped a chunk out of the man's arm. The fellow Marine leveled their gun and fired a shot into its side, sending the creature scurrying back to wherever corner of the ship it came from, as the Marine went to check on his injured friend, who exsanguinated then and there, bleeding to death in the fine goods section of the ship. Father Murdoch has called for a vigil and has packed most of the people who follow him, who he has influence over, into the same room. And half the people that are going to be praying all night, and the other half will be praying all day, only taking breaks to go and get food or drink from the galley.
That happened in Fine Goods?
This happened in Fine Goods. I'll put a little
Okay.
X up here to denote that. And shortly after you're informed of this, actually, again, Kemrutai, your door gets a knock before you can get together to do another night's searching. There comes a rapping on your door.
Who is that?
It's Lila. Miss Gibbs,
Oh,
I'd like to have a
she
word.
opens the door. Hello, Lila.
May I come in?
Yes. He opens the door, move back. Her room's kind of a mess though. You saw the doodle. I'm sorry for what you're witnessing.
Oh no,
So,
if I had my own
how-
private quarters, that'd be much worse.
what can I help you with?
So I don't want you doing nothing stupid when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, frankly, I could give a fuck about your business, Mom. I know you're a vampire. I know that you're not the one going around killing people. It'd be a damn stupid thing for a creature like you to do.
Yeah. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to, get away from London. So, you are safe, nah. You are safe. I promise you are safe.
And I figure, considering you're one supernatural being to another, that you know what I am.
Yes, I do.
Now, love, you're not from around Christendom parts, but do you know what men of Jesus do to foreign, strange women with supernatural abilities? They got a whole book about it called The
Yes.
Hammer.
Do I know about this book out of character?
Roll intelligence plus cult. The Malleus Maleficarum, the Demon Hunter's Hammer, I believe is the direct translation of the title, was a book published by a jilted priest who attempted to get a woman he was obsessed with set on fire for not having sex with him. It is an insane, rambling tome about finding the demonic and the monstrous amongst people. That is mostly just a lot of good old-fashioned ancient sex, but got a lot of people set on fire.
Yes. Yes, I know about it. Really bad book.
Right, well then, I propose to you a deal. You're safe up here in your private quarters, where you can have a locked door between you and the crazies, and the fact that you own part of the ship, ergo you've got a bunch of tough sailors to back you up. I've got none of that myself. I'm in general quarters trying to pretend to be a good Christian girl around a bunch of psychopaths who's tried to annihilate my belief system. You gotta drink blood, and you just told me you don't like hurting people. So I'm guessing you haven't drank from people too much. I'm guessing from the amount of pork and salt and fish we've been eating, you've been getting your friends to fish all sorts of critters out of the sea for you. Or eating your pigs
Yes.
more than I am.
Yes.
Here's the deal, love. I need to get to America without dying horribly. You need to get to America without dying horribly. And that priest is about, I'd say one more dead man from watching a crusade. Or an inquisition.
Oh, yes. Yes. He's a true believer too, I believe.
I want a private room. A private room where I could set up my wards and markings so none of them can get towards me. Where I could set up my tinctures, my equipment, my everything. In exchange, I get your protection. Whatever you got to keep people from messing you in the daytime, be it that strapping young blonde or that strapping young brunette, I get them too. In exchange, I can use my magic to make you blood.
Really? How do you do that then? With your magic?
I'd explain it to you, love, but I don't think. Your soul's undergone a process called Gelgul. Your avatar, your spirit's dead. Magic's beyond you now. You can perhaps learn ropes, hedge magic, sorcery. But I ain't no sorcerer, and I don't make no ropes to teach. What I can do, well, if I do it enough, it'll become a rote, and I could possibly teach you then. How good are you with the supernatural, love?
I do astrology, and I talk to ghosts.
So you read the stars and dabble yourself with a little bit of necromancy, yeah?
Not technically necromancy. I just can go around in the spirit plane.
Well, tell you what. You get me all the way to America, and if I turn this into a rote, I'll be able to pass along what I learn and develop here. Turning pig's blood into man's blood shouldn't be very hard. Turning wine into blood should be, well, that'll be difficult, but not impossible.
What?
Hell, the father claims he does it every night.
Can I read her mind?
You may attempt to.
Yeah, I would attempt to. Or read her aura too.
You may read her aura, yeah. Those will be 2 separate rolls.
Or do both.
Okay, just tell me which one's which.
Oh, the first one. I tap it twice. I'm sorry. Yeah, the
It's fine,
first one
one
is for the aura. For the mind reading is subterfuge and what is it again?
The 3
I
successes on the aura. So her lavender is largely her aura is largely lavender, with a bit of a deep actually no, was that with a bit of a light green moving through it. And again, you've seen it before. Her aura is absolutely sparkling, like a fireworks show going off. So there's a bit of distrust there, but also just she's being very conservative, but there's a hint of distrust going on in it.
But like there's no deceiving, no nothing.
There's
what about
no
her
aggression,
mind?
There's no deceit. There's no envy or particularly aggressive auras in there.
Yes, I'm gonna continue reading her mind.
You may attempt that. Yep.
That is subterfuge and I forgot. Is it wits or intelligence?
For reading a mind, telepathy, reading thoughts. To read mind.
Oh, intelligent. I think.
Intelligence plus subterfuge. Difficulty is target's current willpower.
What you thinking?
So that's 1 success. You get surface thoughts. I swear to God, if this thing tries to kill me in the middle of the night, I'll turn it into a fucking chair.
I will not kill you.
Hold on,
Okay,
are you reading
I'll
my
talk
fucking
to-
mind?
I'll talk to the other about the room, okay? Okay.
She points at you. Look, I'm not spending every waking moment, every waking day, using my magic to make a buffet for the entirety of however many of you there are.
Well,
This-
you can trust us. We're good people. We're good people.
She looks at you with the most deadpan expression possible.
She look a little sad.
Dear, this is more an alliance out of desperation and me thinking that you're somehow nice. Or kind. Your existence is... Well, I am a fox, and you're a wolf. We might not naturally predate on each other, but I'm within the range of your diet.
Yeah, but well, you can rest assured. I'll get you that private room. We have several private room even. Like you can even start moving your stuff to one of the private room, I suppose.
She extends a hand.
Oh.
Spits in it. And extends it to you.
What are you doing?
We're making a deal and a bargain, and I'm going to use my magic to make it sealing.
Ha. Well,
We're having a pact, dear. A deal.
what does the pact do? What does it entail?
The pact entails me getting the room and your protection, and you getting fed. Enough to keep you from... Well, to keep you full. So long as it's within my power. If either of us break the deal, it's gonna hurt like a bitch.
Would I know, if, like, drinking her blood would, like, drinking a magic use of blood would do anything to me?
What's the cult?
She's not offering your blood, though.
Yeah, but I think Kamurotai might be considering killing her.
He's just gonna eat her.
No, like, what she doing? Like, what is
She
she
spit
trying?
in her hand.
She spat in her hand but is extending it
Oh,
out to you.
she spit. I heard bit. I heard
Oh,
bit.
no.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
She
sorry.
spit.
Oh, okay.
Spit.
I thought
Okay.
you had misunderstood.
Cam's gonna attempt to, like, spit in her hand too.
No, you spit in your hand and then we shake.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, it really is blood. Oh, you're hearing things.
Dry mouth.
When you
And
die,
you
you don't have any other liquid in you. What do you expect?
You know, dear, I know probably about as much about vampires as you do about wizards.
Yeah, probably. I
So-
shake.
You shake hands. So we would recognize this today as a jolt of electricity, like a tingling, like when you touch your hand against a buzzer. Not so pronounced, but it's like a tingle runs up your arm as you shake hands, and she mutters some words in Gaelic. And when you pull away, the blood and spit is gone. We have a deal then.
Okay.
Good. I'll be moving my things.
Oh, before you go, you know what exactly are we hunting?
Haven't heard a damn thing, but sounds like from the commotion everyone's making black shucks on the ship.
Okay, so this is what happened. We suspect there is a giant vampire rat in the ship attacking people, and we are searching for it.
She looks at you confused, like, so you're turning animals into vampires now?
No, that's not one of ours. I don't know how it got in the ship, even. And maybe it was hiding for this long. That's why it is so angry. It start killing our seller.
So you got a big angry fucking rat killing people.
Yes, and that rat could turn other animal into vampire too, or ghoul. That's even worse. Have you ever seen a horde of rat coming at you? That is so scary. Makes my skin crawl.
You know, I haven't had the pleasure. I suggest...
Consider yourself lucky then.
Well, I suggest you handle it. I have got a whole number of wards to set up, and apparently rats, vampiric rats, in fact, to make sure they can't cross the threshold of my room, as well as a whole set of brewing materials to get ready to make sure you can stay fed.
Don't you have some magic to, like, help you find something?
She just looks at you. Magic
Okay.
takes time, effort, and practice, dear. I know more than a few things, most of them for protection. I'm turning one thing into another.
Oh, that sounds nice though. Protection
Oh, it
spell.
very much is, dear. It's very powerful. In fact, one of those men that you drank from would have been dead if I hadn't brewed them a poultice.
Ah, yeah. Sorry
I
about
can
that.
feel things too, by the way. But that's where my abilities end. I don't throw around fireballs or nothing. Or
Oh, okay.
divine the stars or traipse around the cosmic realm. At least not yet.
Okay, thank you. Just you can start moving your stuff right away. I'll tell the others.
Good, if you can, grab one of the soldier boys and have them come with me. I'd rather not the priest give me more dirty looks for not participating in his constant vigil.
Soldier boys. Oh, you mean Francois?
I meant one of the Marines, but if you have the handsome blonde boy do it, I won't complain none.
Oh, he's quite good looking, right? Okay, yeah, I can ask around. Okay. You stay safe.
I intend to fully. And you don't get yourself killed. You said us, so I'm assuming there's more than one of you.
She realized she talked too much.
Yam's big mouth.
And you're currently my main bargaining chip here, so hopefully your friends really like you, dear. For both of our sakes. She pats you on the cheek.
Okay. Kim's gonna wait until she leaves and get in the room or something before. Okay, she's gonna make sure the hallway's clear before she debates really hard. Go knock on Evelyn's door first.
Let's see what mood I wake up in. I think that's a pass.
Yep, you're awake fine.
Yeah.
No penalties from your dreams.
Evelyn opens the door. I assume it's bad news. Come in.
Kim walks in. The guilt is written all over her face.
What now?
Remember the girl I told you is a magic user?
Lila the herbalist, yes?
Yes. She come to me earlier. And she proposed a deal. She said she can make blood happen. Well, let me mention first that she already knew what we are. So she proposed a deal that we give her one of the private room because the father is probably going to start an inquisition in this ship. He's she want us that he is one dead body away from starting an inquisition in this ship.
Wait a moment. What do you mean she knows what we are? What did she say precisely?
She said something along the line of, let's just come out. I know what you are. You are a vampire. And you probably know what I am.
You as in you?
Yes, me. I don't know how she find out.
But you just said we. Who is we?
I didn't tell her who we are yet. Well, I may have mentioned that there's more of us.
Oh, Kim.
I was shocked. I wasn't sure what I was saying. Well, part of me was worried that she's going to get burned because she mentioned the book about, women getting burned for being a witch. So I thought that, she figured that I probably don't hurt people and we make a pact and give her one of the room. On return, she will create blood for us. Like human blood.
Has she been suspected?
She didn't mention that, but she thought that it is not safe to be in that room with all the religious people. That's why she wants a private quarter.
You must consider if she's been suspected and we are seen to be protecting her. That does not bear well to our reputation. When someone comes to you and says they have information, Do not assume they know anything more than they've said. Don't even assume that they know what they've said. They may be bluffing.
I read her aura. I read her mind. She
Yes, you
wasn't
can
bluffing.
still-
She was scared.
You can still say a lot without saying a lot. Perhaps it's partly the fluency issue, but someone can say something to you, inferring a lot without confirming it, and then watch your reaction, and then they will proceed from there by watching what you give away. You must be very careful with humans.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I just need you to be aware, to try. Do not just be sorry, but be fearful of the humans. They are not your friend.
She's not a human though. She's a magic user. She's a mage.
An even more dangerous human, yes.
Thing is, like,
Please,
don't know.
Kimmertai.
okay.
Please understand.
She not.
I'm trying to get us all through this journey alive. Please be more careful.
So what are we going to do now?
Well, you've made a deal with her. Is that the extent of it? She hasn't cast any spells upon you?
She may have cast a spell when we make a pact.
I see. Do you know the nature of the spell?
She said if any of us break the pact, I am screwed.
How can she bind us all?
What do you mean?
You said if any of us break this pact that you made with her, that you will be punished.
The
But
pact.
how can she bind us when she made the pact with only you? We are not bound to one another.
The pact is I have to keep her safe, I believe. If she is safe in her private quarter.
So if she is harmed by anyone, including the priest, the rat, then you will be punished in some form?
I don't know.
Evelyn's just gonna, like, turn around and rub her forehead. She's, like, trying not to, to lose it.
But all she needs is just a private room. That's what I thought. That she just need a private room.
She'll turn back. What is done is done. Do not speak to her again without me. Keep in mind that people lie. It may not be so obvious a lie as you can detect with your powers, but they can tell the truth while implying they know more than they do, and then your reaction, as you have seen today, can give too much away. So please be very mindful of what you say and how you say it, and whom you say it to.
She nods with her head down.
She's too classy to facepalm. Well, suppose we should inform the others that she will be utilizing one of the rooms. Did you direct her to a particular one?
Out of character, do I know if any room is free? Like, is the other sick people still occupying the room?
No, the other sick people are okay now, so they're no longer in the rooms. There are 4 free rooms.
I just told her to take one of the room. I didn't direct to any of them specifically.
Shouldn't there be only 3 rooms? There's 10 rooms, right?
Right, yes, there are 10 and there's 7 of you. That's right. There
7
are
left, okay.
there are 3 left, yes.
Okay.
My mistake.
All right, well, confirm which room it is that she's taking, and we'll be certain to avoid it. Given a wide berth.
Okay, I will go check on her if she is moving in well. I'll try not to say anything this time.
Thank you. Please.
Okay, she will leave the room. With her ears down.
Tail between her legs.
Yes.
Right. So you pick a room for our witch friend, and she sets her stuff up in it. I'm assuming that it's just Kem and whoever she grabbed to help move her things. Do you go
Evelyn's staying in her room.
Kem, do you go into the shared cabin when Lila, Miss Gibbs, secures her things and has them brought over?
Yes, I'll go take a look, scan the room to see if how crazy they are right now. What's their aura?
The room is particularly full because it's got like an extra, I want to say 20 people in it. This room is built for 20, so it's jam-packed. Men, women, mostly the religious types. The more adventurous types are still in their assigned cabins or have switched with people who've decided to take vigil. And as Lila exits, there's more than a few people giving her the stink eye. There's a lot of muttering. And you see Father Murdoch with the same grimace on his token for once. No, not a happy, nice, soft face. This sourpuss, stony-faced sneer that he has on his token. Barely contained as he watches her exit the room, accompanied by one of the Marines who's helping carry a few of her things.
Can I read his mind?
Go right ahead and try.
What you thinking, old man?
That's 3 successes. How does that give you any extra? Let's check aspects. Telepathy. Read minds. Mama says. There's information. So peering into his mind, you hear its surface thoughts thirst. The hell did that bitch do to get all this special treatment? Not only that, but she's... I'm very suspicious about that one. She barely shows up to mass. She barely shows up to church. She's always on her own. All this happens, and she's getting singled out like this. What the fuck is she doing? Going deeper, you hear... It's strange. You don't hear... Well, actually, no, you do hear. You hear... verses? Song. You don't understand the words, but you understand the meaning as you're reading his mind. They're like parables set to a tune. And it's difficult to understand at first, but thinking about it after this encounter, you realize that he was running through a bunch of parables, verses, songs to identify supernatural creatures. Like,
oh no.
Like a little fairy tale, like a little ditty to identify a fairy, a little ditty to identify a witch, a little ditty to identify a vampire, a little ditty to identify a possessed person. That sort of thing. As he was glaring at Lila.
I'll grab Lila and Lila, my room needs cleaning now. Also, my hair's starting to get really salty. Yeah, I need it washed soon. Since you are my new handmaid, I expect good job from you, okay? And I just drag her out right away.
Roll me charisma plus subterfuge.
3.
Ooh.
Oh!
Okay, I'm gonna roll his wits plus empathy to see if he sees through this, and then a general one for the general population. Oh shit! General population. Okay. As you do that, Lila looks at you confused for a second and smiles. Oh yes, ma'am, of course, ma'am. Don't worry. My mother told me all about dealing with the fancy hair of fancy ladies like you. Don't worry, I've worked for the Countess of Dovershire before. You'll be so pretty. And you drag her out of the room. Clever bitch. Clever bitch. I think I might actually like you a little, as long as you don't, think of me as food.
That was close.
That pep talk worked, huh?
Whew. That was so
Supposed
close.
to know I do actually have to fix your hair every now and then. I have poultice or a rub for the sea salt anyway.
Yeah, don't ever show yourself in front of him ever again.
That's the intent of the private room, darling.
Yeah, he was chanting something in his mind. He was trying to figure out what you are.
Look, so he is a chorister.
Yes!
It's a good thing we struck this accord then, love. After you.
Just gonna ask for the other workers to continue to move her stuff, and then I will lead the way for her back to the private quarter.
Yeah, it's
and
just
pretending
it's just one of the sailors carrying like a chest.
Okay, just making sure she's back to her room really properly. I have to ask you exactly about this pack. She's gonna wait until everybody leaves first. Until there's only just her and Lila. I have to ask you about this pack. So, if anything happened to you, I'm schooled too, right?
If I come to harm under your protection, then the pact will trigger, and it's gonna hurt like a motherfucker. You don't have to worry about, say, this vampiric rodent busted in here. This room is going to be the safest room on the ship. Nothing will be able to cross that threshold without my permission, and if it attempts to, it'll die screaming.
Alright, that's a slight relief. Does it protect you from any other creature as well?
You said you talk to spirits?
Yes. The spirit in this ship are actually really nice. You don't have to worry at all. They're good people.
Well, since they're nice folks and all, tell them not to cross the threshold that I set up on the doorway, or they'll hurt like a motherfucker even if they're dead.
Okay. Alright, is
there
that
are no
all?
werewolves on board, are there?
Not that I know of.
Oh, Christ,
No.
thank you, then I could skip those steps.
Alright, you have a good night, lah. I gotta go search for that rat again.
Happy hunting, dear.
Okay. And she's gonna leave.
So, I'm assuming you would like to do the same search as you did the other night.
Yes.
Yeah,
Different
a little bit
groups.
of a change.
You want to switch around
Go ahead,
groups?
Zach.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hello, Benedict!
Kevin with tie.
Yes! So is Joshua coming with us, or with the other crew? There will be 4 people.
You can definitely, Francois, can just go with you. Just... Yes.
Fansua, guess what?
I'm making sure you don't die. Wrong accent. I am making sure you don't get eaten by a rat.
No. I was talking to Lila today. She think you're really cute. And she think you're handsome.
Oh.
La pet, the peasant girl, who smells like somehow mud and ivy, even though we are on a boat for almost a month.
Yes. Why you don't think she is lovely too?
I mean, in an earthy sort... no, wrong again. In an earthy sort of way, I suppose, if you like common girls. You are... Kemuta, you are noble where you come from, yes? Upper crust?
Oh yes, my father is cousin 2 step removed from the king himself.
Then you are higher rankings than I was, but my uncle was a duke in France.
Oh, that is so cool.
Thank you, but I should not be intermingling with the common peasant girls.
It is a normal thing in Europe.
I mean, if you want a mistress, but I have higher standards than this.
Oh,
I don't know
see.
what you have
Poor
heard of the
Lila.
French courts. They are as perverse as you think. But I have been called to the service of God. I haven't taken any vows, but I am, you know, a man of standards.
Oh, poor girl. She was looking for a bodyguard too.
Good for her. The rats, no?
Ah, yes, the rat. Let's look for the rat.
Okay, where are we searching?
Let's see. Where the other
entire
group's
bottom
gonna
of the ship's been
search?
checked. Whole bottom of the ship's
So,
been checked.
quick clarification then. You did say, but the body was not... Like, this was not... This one had blood in it when they died, right?
The man had a chunk of his arm ripped off, and bled to death after the creature was driven off.
He had a guy with him, so
Yeah.
Definitely check the fine goods, then.
Is there any blood trails?
Fine goods
Probably
might be
gonna
hard to
go
search.
there
It's
first,
full of
too.
people. I'm just out of character, just spitballing here, but we searched all of the bottom and the top left. It seems to have attacked someone the furthest from where we searched.
Yeah, it's attacked on the foredeck and the dry goods. The fine goods.
So maybe we should check either. Like maybe we should check. One group should check those areas, like near where the attacks have been, and the other group should maybe check the left side of the ship, constable, powder room, armory.
We could go for the constable, powder room, and armory.
Okay.
Because I suspect like that rat probably tried to get away from the crime scene as possible.
I can try to search fine goods subtly while making an appearance at the vigil.
Fine goods is the vigil is happening in the passengers' quarters, the main passengers' quarters.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in fine goods for some reason. Okay.
No, it's...
Yeah, I guess we can just search fine goods then. So search
Okay.
fine goods. We've already searched the passenger quarter next to the fine goods. Is there anything right of fine goods, or is that just more stairway fine
this
goods?
is a largely unused space. There is a room that there is a section there, but it's largely unused.
I guess it could be in there, so maybe we search fine goods, that empty space in the galley.
Okay.
What's the galley used for? Is that food preparation?
It's food preparation and service.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
So first, constable's office and fine goods.
Okay, let's do it.
Also, just looking at the conversation in chat, Francois was too young to be married. Well, not actually, but he was.
I forgot the roll. Keep saying, oh, it's 5.
It's perception plus investigation.
Okay.
Using my willpower on this one, just because the goods are that fine.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, I
so-
have Auspex on too.
Yep. So checking in the constable's office. There's nothing really here. Some papers, some clubs, notes. Nothing of major notice. The fine goods room. Let's see here, Christoph. You got 1, 2, 3. 3 total successes with that willpower. Evelyn, you got 1 success. I'll roll for Mary. Damn, Mary. Mary rolled 3 10s.
Damn.
Damn.
Good job.
So Christoph and Mary, you both noticed this. There is in fact a trail of blood. That is not human blood. Mary dips a finger in it and tastes it. I know that stale grossness. That's a rat. Ew.
Huh.
Oh.
Was injured.
It's the back of my throat. Ugh. Oh, it's dry. Ugh.
Oh.
She's just grimacing as she's like trying to rub her tongue and get it out.
No rubber back.
Oh, thank you so much, Mom. Right, gross. And here I am trying to get a refined talent like some fancy woman like you, Mom. She points at a small spattering of rat blood, heading towards the empty empty section towards the front of the ship.
Well,
We have our lead.
get my crossbow ready.
Sword in hand and just going. Let's see.
Okay. So, do you at all go and try to get the others, or are you just going to go to the next section?
I guess it's a giant vampire rat. We probably want backup, right?
It's gonna be a bit of a funny creature, yeah. Maybe send Mary to like let them know or something like that. Right?
Yeah, could do
I
that.
don't know.
Just send Mary and just wait outside the door, or outside where we think it is. I'm concerned that if it senses us, that it's going to retreat further. But in theory, it's cornered. Hopefully.
It does the word. You could stay. Nah, we're not separating. We're not the Scooby Gang. No, we're staying together.
So should I send Mary or?
Yeah, just to fetch the others. We can stay in the
Okay.
room. Just Just
Or even
Lay down,
Is there someone like nearby that's from the crew?
If you suck your head above deck, there are a few Marines patrolling on top deck, on the foredeck.
Because I could take a gamble and send one of them to where Kim and Benedict are searching, but they might be mid chomping a rat, so that wouldn't look great. I'll just send Mary.
Okay, you say jump, Mary says, to the moon, motherfucker, and, scurries on off, well, runs about as quickly as her boots will take her down towards Kemrutai, Benedict, and Francois. In the meanwhile, Kemrutai, Benedict, you can search the powder room. By the time Mary grabs you and then you all get back, Evelyn and Kristoff, you have been basically parked. You'll be basically parked in front of this door for like a half hour.
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
It's like 20 minutes.
Making sure I keep my wits about me in case there's any like noises or anything that indicate it's moving.
Well, how about we roll wits plus alertness then?
Same here, just keep an eye.
Kemrutai and Benedict, go ahead and roll me intelligence, no, perception plus investigation. See what you find in the powder room. So, you don't find any signs of rats here, but you do find gunpowder and shot. And Kemrutai, while you're searching around for rodent, you find a grenade. An old
what is
tiny
this
grenade,
doing in this ship?
Little bomb. Wick.
Is it safe to actually have this in the ship? She looks to Benedict and Francois.
Oh, what's that?
Suppose they can load it into a cannon. It's I use a grenade. Little explosive device. It explodes really big.
Oh shit. It's definitely not safe to be here, yeah.
Kemrutai, Benedict, we are in the powder room. This is where they store all the black powder.
Okay.
You know cannonballs explode, right?
Mm-hmm.
A small one. You're holding that.
Well, I find nothing suspicious. We can move on to the other room.
It's about now that Mary shows up.
Oh.
Hello. How are you? Wow, that's a lot of barrels and powder. I should probably set this candle down outside of the room. She closes the door for a second. Opens it back up. Hello. Right. So I found rat blood. And it's... I can still taste it. Oh, I shouldn't have reminded myself it's there.
Good find, Mary.
Wait, spit it out!
It
could be a vampire rat!
I did. It's all dry and nasty, though it's stuck to the back of my craw.
Just use the handkerchief. Maybe you can, stick it in and wipe it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And she pulls out a little piece of cloth, and it's a good thing. Like, this is only possible because you're vampires. She practically swallows her hand and just like scrapes at the back of her tongue with it.
Francois reaction.
like not to the wrist, like to the knuckle. Still, a bit
reaction.
weird. Right. So, we're treating them. So, Evelyn and Kristoff, they're right outside the room that we think the rat's in, and I mean, Kemrutai, you're probably about as useful as I am in this, but Benedict and Francois, you both stab things real good.
Yes. We can go block the exit. Yeah, we can go block the exit and let the fighters do the fighting. Let's put an end to this. This rat has been alive long enough.
It's time to hunt rats.
She nods and leads you both back that way.
Yep, we rejoin.
So, about 15-20 minutes after Kemutai and Mary goes for Kemutai and Benedict, they all arrive. Probably closer to this order.
Well,
Heard
how do
you
we
had a-
approach this?
You want me to
That's
go
it,
check
Christoph.
first?
We should not go alone.
I'm not
If it is
going.
cornered.
I'm not going physically.
Oh. I suppose you could.
All right. Watch my body.
Evelyn will make sure that there's no one, like, entering the room.
We got willpower back every day, right? Correct.
One a
Okay.
day, yeah.
Yeah, 1 point of willpower back every day.
Droop. She just droop. And then gonna. Oh yeah, is there any ghosts in the area?
Roll me your aspects.
Which one?
Your spirit vision. The ghost party, right there you go. Oh no, yeah, the moon ring. There we go. Yes, that's the one. That's 2 successes. So, let me roll the die of fate. Odds or evens?
What?
There is in fact a ghost in the area.
Hello.
You see their aura.
I'm in my astral form though.
Oh, you're in
Should
an
I,
astral
like-
form?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
right. So, you're in your astral form and you see the ghosts. Miss... Hello.
Hello. Oh, just want to give you a heads up. One of the private room is occupied by a maid. Don't cross that room, okay? That room is it will hurt. Please let the other people know too.
They nod.
Thank you. All right. We're gonna take care of the rat problem now. And she just go over to that room, stick her head in. Does she see anything?
You move into the other room? Not at first glance, no.
Yes.
Just looking around.
She's gonna look around, search.
Give me a, Wits plus investigation.
Oof. I use my willpower.
Go ahead.
Willpower counts as 1 free success, right?
One automatic 10.
So it. Okay, so I just rolled 3 normal.
I'm just checking the thing here. Okay, so they're rolling that.
Uh-oh.
What's the difficulty? Okay. And you rolled 2 successes.
Yes, and 1 willpower.
Yeah, that. Well, no, the 1 got cancels out the 8, so it's just the 10 and the willpower.
Yeah.
You don't see anything. Actually, no, you do. You do see several very large rats in the room.
Oh!
Not as big as a dog, but much bigger than they should be. And you have your aspect still up.
Yes.
The aura reading.
Yes.
They are ghouls.
So they're just ghouls? No vampire rats yet?
You see three ghouled rats.
It did leave blood around, and rats will eat up things that are lying around, so they might have become ghouls from eating its blood.
She. Yeah, if there's nothing else to like look for in this room, she's gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you could go back to her body.
What did you see? What did you see?
3 really big ghoul rats. I don't see the main culprit, just 3 very big ghoul rats.
Well, we should eliminate those at least.
Yes, this I'll leave to you. I'll be watching the exit with the other that can really hold up a fight.
And we need to eliminate any blood that's been left by it so more rats don't partake.
Well, guess that's our cue, guys, then. Looking at Benedict and Francois.
Stay alive! Or alive.
Alright.
Before we go in there, to which side of the room do you see? Just out of curiosity.
Can she describe like the position of them?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, she'll do that. Over there, and over there.
Okay.
So you open the door to the room. Drawing your steel, readying your fists, girding yourselves for battle. And in the darkness of the room, you see 3 enormous rodent eyes peering from shadowy corners of this dusty, unused corner of the ship. They hiss and squeak in the darkness. Enormous creatures, frankly, for mere rats. Each one at least a foot long, and half as tall and fat, with jagged teeth in addition to their large, pointed incisors. With an audible hissing, screeching noise, they lurch forward to engage, and that's what we're calling it.
Had a feeling.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have about 15 minutes left in the stream. That's nowhere near enough time to do a fight, even if we hyper-accelerate it. We're going to pick this up next time. It gives me some even more time to double-check the rules of combat. It's been a minute.
Yippee!
So yeah, good rat hunt, y'all.